standings.
Mm-hmm.
It is week 7, but week 2 of the rundown. We're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last week before the Christmas break. And we have on this show, we've got great things. We're going to run down the scores. We're going to go through the standings, and we're going to issue an apology. Not a bad apology, but we're going to issue an apology. And I think, I'm fairly certain that the fact that it's an apology means that you're probably going to know who it is if you're already watching. And it's for a whole team. And looking back on it, I'm sorry, and I shouldn't have said that. But it wasn't even that bad. So why don't you grow up a little bit? So first of all, I am Chris Tebbett. With me is Dom Sims, and we're going to go through the scores just to start off. In the Prem North, the Durham Saints, as far as I'm concerned, I love you, Durham. You pull off an upset. 47, beating Leeds Beckett Carnegie 47-26. No surprise here. Nottingham Gold beat Leeds Griffins at 42-0. In the Prem South, the UEA Pirates beat the Cardiff Cobras 30-6, and the Swansea Titans fall to the Birmingham Lions 44-0. Northumbria Mustangs 7, Hull Sharks 0 in Borders 1. In Northern 1, the Sheffield Hallam Warriors and the Manchester Tyrants have an absolutely cracking game. But Manchester pull away 44-42. The Sheffield Sabres beat the Derby Braves 18-6. In the Southwest 1, Southampton Stags. It is good, but it's not quite enough, even by a little bit. Southampton 14, Bristol Barracuda 43. In the Southern 1, the Royal Holloway Bears 6, the Portsmouth Destroyers 7. In the Borders 2, the York St John Jaguars 18, Teesside Cougars 24, Edinburgh Napier Knights 46, Aberdeen Bulls 0. Now this, as far as I'm concerned, was my game of the week. UClan Rams, their O is gone. It's gone. They're no longer undefeated as they get ruined. 24-2 by the Liverpool Raptors. And in the Midlands 2, the Kiel Crusaders 0. The University of Lincoln Colonials 12. Now in the last game we've got on here, Southern 2, we've got a tie between the Winchester Silverbacks and the UCL Phoenix 6-6. Now, it seems to be that it's COVID is obviously Omicron's a thing now. COVID is sort of, coming back, unfortunately. So there were a lot of games that were called off. We'll go through those: Nottingham Trent and Coventry, Warwick Wolves and Loughborough, Bath Killabees and the Reading Knights, Man Met Eagles and the Bradford Bears, the QMBL Vipers and the Essex Blades. But on top of that, we've got some walkovers. The Brighton Panthers walk over the Chichester Spitfires. The DMU Lions walk over the Chester Romans, who have withdrawn from the league. And the ARU Rhinos. What did I say?
Romans. It's the post. The posters are Romans. Legion. That's right.
I'm sorry. The ARU Rhinos had to call the game off at half-time due to injuries, giving the win to the Imperial Immortals. Dom, hit me with the Bafra news flash.
Right. So
there's nothing there's no, 5-star Yelp reviews from the refs, but there is some news anyway.
Yeah, I mean, as always, we always get a few bannings every week. This week, there's 3 really. One was from the previous week. So first of all, we got Bradley Carrigan for the Bradford Bears. Sorry. Oh God. So he was ejected for a flagrant personal foul by grabbing the runner's helmet and pulling it so forcefully that the helmet came off. I mean, come on, behave yourself, boys. It's not ideal.
You're putting too much sauce on it.
Yeah, too much. Then we got Simon Schulberg. I'm going to say that. Sorry if I butchered your name. For the LJMU Fury. So after having his face mask grabbed by an opponent, number 94, by the way, he retaliated by throwing a punch. Yeah. So why?
It is a shame because don't get me wrong. Like, it does happen where another player has annoyed you, punching. People watch him. If another player has done something dirty to you, tell us what do you do? Maybe you would throw a punch. Maybe you just try and argue with the ref a little bit. But what would you do to try and get back at them, or would you just try and win and have the ultimate?
Yeah, just the high ground, the moral high ground.
I've got the high ground.
Like sure, a few pushing a bit like that, that's fine. But a punch it's just stupid because it's instant ejection. It's going to hurt your hand, and what's the point?
Yeah, well, to be fair, when the players punch another player's helmet, that is top tier stupidity. I never understand it. Man. So we're going to break down this week. We're going to start in the Prem North. Durham Saints moved to 2-2 over Leeds Beckett. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I was wrong about the Durham Saints. I said the Durham Saints were like sort of very soundly in the middle of the division. They've not got really to worry about, being relegated, but they were the middle of the division, which is why I'm surprised very much so that they beat the Leeds Beckett 47-26. That's not a small scoreline to beat someone by. Leeds Beckett have been really dominant apart from going up against the Gold. Durham on a 2-game win streak. And we've got to talk about this. Durham Saints, are they about to become the Sterling Klansmen of this year? They were losing last year. If you don't know, the Sterling Klansmen, they won the last 5 of their games. And I don't think they won the championship. They could have done. I don't remember, but they won their last 5. Could Durham do it? What do you think? Obviously, I don't think they get to the Gold, but against we've got Leeds, Griffins. They've already proven they can beat number 2 Beckett, and they've proven they can beat the Klansmen. So, what does this mean? What do you think this means for Durham Saints?
I mean, honestly, it seems like they're really gathering a bit of momentum. The whole thing, any given Sunday, so anything can happen. But let's see if they can stick with that momentum. That's a 2-win streak on that now. Leeds Beckett have been a good team. We've seen them play well throughout all their games. Lost to the Gold, but isn't everyone? So it's to be expected. And have we still got the Saints to play the Gold? Well, they already played them earlier in the season. I can't.
They've already played them early on in the season. And,
there we go. Yeah. So
I think that sort of attributes to the 2 on the on the losing side.
And there is some not easy pickings, but
the thing is,
there's some weaker sides in that division. So I reckon it can finish with a good record.
But you can see what we mean about momentum. Like week 1, Durham Saints lost to Notts Gold 39-0.
Yeah.
So. They've got them again, I believe.
Ooh.
If I can, they have got them again. They've got them in the first week of when it comes back. So what would be week 13?
Oh, no. Bit rusty there.
That's it. You have a month and a bit off. Does that help? Do you think that halts the momentum?
Oh, big time! Yeah, everyone's gonna have a nice Christmas, getting a bit fatter. They're gonna come back and play against the best team in the division.
Right, audience, what do you think? Do you think that having a month break in between, a 2-game win streak, and then going up against the division leader for the playoffs, if you're the top seed, which isn't a lot, but a month, a cold month as well, all your joints will hurt when you come back. So, and with no surprise in the Prem North, Notts Gold 42-0 on Leeds Griffins. Notts Gold still undefeated. It's not a whole lot to talk about there. Leeds are soundly at the bottom of the division. Their first game back is against the Sterling Klansmen, and Leeds need a win there. If they can do it.
I think Tabbitt's just dropped out. Tabbit, I think you're dropping out a little bit, fella. But yeah, on the same run as what we were saying about, Sterling Klansmen.
But
you're back. There we are. You're dropping out a bit, Tab. Just dropping out a little bit. You're good now, though.
I can't do anything else. Can't do anything else.
That's fine.
Yeah, sorry. Where did I get up to before I?
We're talking about the Sterling Klansmen, playing the Sterling Klansmen, and it's a very winnable game for Leeds Griffins. basically. I think.
I wouldn't say very winnable.
Well,
I'd say
okay.
it's their best chance of putting a win on the board, but I wouldn't say it's very winnable.
Okay, sure, but there's a chance. So it's a winnable game for them, but
yeah. Like I don't think I'm sorry, Leeds Griffins, but I don't think you'd be able to beat anyone else. Especially after Durham Saints can put that many points on Carnegie. Moving on to the Prem South, once again Birmingham proving that they are probably the Hello, am I here?
You're here now. Birmingham proving themselves.
Oh Christ! I don't know what's wrong with my connection. I've got it all plugged in. Birmingham proving they're the best second in the division. In the entire league, beating Swansea 36-0. Their boogeyman team is the Bullets. There's nothing for me to say about that. So yeah, Swansea are currently last in the division, but let's move on to the second game. The Pirates and the Cobras. Pirates putting up quite a lot of points here on the Cardiff Cobras, 30-6. Swansea have currently got a point differential of a minus 177. Now, Dom, let me tell you, that's not even the worst statistic about Swansea. That's not even the worst statistic. They've had 4 shutout losses this season. It's week 7.
Oh no!
That's an incredible statistic. That's how. Swansea. I can't even say because we're going to do good week, bad week later on. They have had 1 win, so it's better than some teams. Into the Borders one, the Northumbrian Mustangs moved to 3-2 over the Hull Sharks, or 1-3 with a 0-7 victory. Hull again. I swear I say this every week. I don't want to keep saying it. Hull, you've only scored 10 points the whole season, which is madness. Obviously the defense must be doing something incredibly well to keep games as tight as they are.
Yeah, because there's not like being they're never being battered, but it's just they're not scoring enough points ever. So.
No, realistically, what I'd say there is defense. Get your hands on the ball.
Yeah,
you seem to be the
competent side of that team,
the top tier players. Yeah, Edinburgh Predators are 1-3. Hull need a win, and this is another 23rd of January when the league starts again. So we will join you on January 24th. That's the first week back. They've got them that week, and that is a game that Hull needs to win. As the York Centurions are currently bottom of Borders 1, but they have played less games than Hull, which I think is probably the saving grace of Hull Sharks at the minute. Now, let's talk about one of the big games. Northern 1, Sheffield Hallam 42, Manchester 44. This game Manchester undefeated. What?
You just dropped out again, mate. That's all. Right. It may be worth, mate, if you just try and drop out and rejoin.
Right, well, you got to talk.
That's fine. I'll talk about the Sheffield Hallam game for a little bit. Oh, look at that! It's on the big screen too. Don't like that at all. Either way, so the Sheffield Hallam Warriors 42 and the Manchester Tyrants 44. Now, what a fucking game that is! High score on each side, and that sounds like it is big competitive, from start to finish. I mean, and you just love to see games like that. Obviously, we can't actually see the games. We just basically get the scores and we make assumptions based off of that. But what a game! You can't deny that just based on that scoreline. Chris, you're back. Good to see you.
Hopefully it works this time.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, Manchester top of the div. That's all that matters. Let's talk about the other side of the div. The Sheffield Sabres 18, Derby 6. Derby are now 1-3-1. You know, it's a strange one in this. You know, Derby are 1-3-1 with a differential of 5. The LGMU Fury are 1-4-1 with a differential of -70. Derby beat LJMU in week 5, but LJMU have Manchester and Hallam after the break.
Ooh. That's two rough opponents by the looks of it, isn't it?
So it's for the Fury. Oh god, I don't honestly, I don't know what's going on with my connection, but I'm not happy with it. I'm not very happy with it. Just nod at me if you can hear me, Dom.
I can hear you, mate.
Into the Southern 1. Royal Holloway 6, Portsmouth 7. Now, this is where we're going to issue, and I'm going to issue an apology. I don't know about Dom.
I don't know about saying a word, mate. That's the thing.
Last week, we sort of said in a offhanded comment that Portsmouth's season was over. That is not correct at all. You know, I don't want to be the Stephen A. Smith of Portsmouth. So I'm just going to say now that that's not true at all. You know, in their division, they've got the Sussex Saxons at 1-3. Portsmouth currently sit at 1-3, and they've also got Surrey as well, who are sitting at 1-1-1. So it's not over for them at all, in terms of being relegated. But yeah, Portsmouth have got to come back against Sussex when they come back. But yeah, I will say that now. You know, I will doff my cap to you. I would do, but I got headphones on, so I'm not going to do that. Take it metaphorically, Portsmouth. You know, good win, and don't make me say that again. Or what I'll do is I'll claim that me talking nonsense is what made you win.
Yeah,
which is not true at all.
They worked really hard to prove you wrong, mate. That was all it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they kicked their extra point, and the Royal Holloway Bears didn't. So
if you don't start Portsmouth, I'm going to say bad stuff about you. I'll say bad stuff about you before your next game. How about that?
Yeah, then you can come back. Just for 5 minutes, say bad stuff about Portsmouth, and it'll be fine.
And watch him smash. Sorry, that'd be great.
Yeah, we're doing this for you, Portsmouth. I mean, you're welcome, really. So
now we're going to move on to the Southwestern 1. In terms of promotion, this division's cursed because they got the SGS Pride. You know, no one's moving up but them. But the Bristol Barracuda smashed the Southampton Sags at 43-12. SGS still leads the division. Both teams, their next game is on the 30th of January, so they've got a month and a half off. That is, quite a much larger time off. But yeah, it's sad that in Southwestern 1, the SGS Pride haven't played for 2 weeks, but as far as I'm concerned, that's still the big talking point of Southwest 1.
SGS do look at Chris.
You keep talking. If I drop out, don't stop talking.
Yeah, no. If you're going to drop off, I'm just going to try and provide something. But yeah, it's just one of those things. SGS just seemed just a bit like they are the team. We get good luck next year to the other teams when that's the real time when you're going to go for promotion.
When SGS Pride aren't there,
yeah, pretty much. Because but then it's a placement year for them. They could be placed in the Prem, and you're not going to place them in Div 2 because that would be disgusting. So
imagine the seeds if they
imagine the score lines if they're in Div 2. It'd just be vile, wouldn't it?
So Bucks Borders 2, the York St John Jaguars moved to 0-3 after a loss to the Teesside Cougars. York St John are bottom of the rankings. But, there's some other teams in that division that haven't played as many games, so it wouldn't be fair to say that York St John are going down. I'm not going to make that mistake and just base it on the numbers that I see here. I'm not going to do that unless it's really, really bad. basically, unless you're, again, I like Leicester Longhorns, but unless you're Leicester Longhorns, I'm not going to say you're going down a division. But this is the big one from that. Edinburgh Napier Knights 46, Aberdeen 0. Now, I think one of the biggest games that we will cover later on, unless you're Portsmouth. No.
Oh, no.
No. We're not going to talk
redacted
bad.
the statement.
We're not going to talk bad about Portsmouth anymore. I've already apologised about Portsmouth. I've already apologised. Do you want me to apologise again? I'll apologise again if you'd like.
No.
No.
Why would you?
Yeah, I have already apologised about Portsmouth. I was wrong, Portsmouth. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, one of the biggest games of, like, I think it's gonna be great if they can keep this up. Borders 2, Napier Knights versus Glasgow. You know, Glasgow are currently 4-0. Napier Knights are currently 3 game. Hopefully we can get some scores in, because Glasgow don't really give us scores, but we don't go live anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Now, I know that we said that I know that it was said that Hallam and Manchester was the game of the week. It wasn't my game of the week. My game of the week, the Liverpool Raptors versus the UClan Rams. Both teams were undefeated going in. Someone's had got to go, and it was the UClan Rams. In a madness, UClan Rams apparently dropped from 1st to 4th in the division, losing 24-2.
It's a drop after one game.
It's quite a big drop, you know, not great. It's the lowest points scored by UClan. You know, they fall behind the MMU Eagles and the Lancaster Bombers. You know, I think that's madness. I didn't expect that. You know, the UClan Rams have been so potent, and to be shut down to a safety, I think is a madness. But Liverpool now run the division, and you know, at 4-0, there's undefeated teams are rare to come by this late in, but Liverpool are doing it. And we're going to move on to God's division, ladies and gentlemen.
My favourite division.
There's only one game because the Chester pulled out, so Chester versus DMU didn't happen. But one game that did was the Lincoln Colonials versus the Kiel Crusaders. Colonials move to 2-1, beating Kiel 12-0. You know,
fantastic, great.
Kiel's one victory was the walkover awarded from Chester withdrawing. Lincoln we can basically say that Lincoln are 3-1 now. We don't want to do that just because, you know, the game hasn't happened yet. Chester have already withdrawn, so they're not allowed back in. But what is interesting here is Midlands 2 is shaping up to be quite difficult, because Staffs, Nottingham and DMU have all had their basically free win against Chester. But when it comes down to next year, DMU and Lincoln, I think it's going to be a good game. Can anyone take DMU? I think it's going to be a good question. Staffordshire couldn't, and Staffordshire seem to be the two in that division. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, I think it's going to be a very, very interesting game. You know, Lincoln haven't had any particularly high scoring games, but, you know, if you keep winning, you keep winning.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the scoreline. If it's a win's a win at the end of the day, isn't it?
That's it. You look at Hull Sharks. Like, their games have been quite low scoring, apart from their first game against Edinburgh Predators, which I think was 45-0. Their games have been low scoring, but they don't win. If it's low scoring and you win, doesn't matter. Like, the drinks on the bus are going to taste as sweet if you win 6-0 than if you do 45-0. And that's what matters. Now, there's one game that I don't really have a lot to say about, to be completely honest, and that's the Southern Division 2, the draw between Winchester and the UCL Phoenix. You know, Winchester moved to 0-2-1, and the UCL Phoenix moved to 1-1-1. There's not much to really talk about. They're very much in the middle of the division, and a draw doesn't really do much for their standings in that, you know.
But it just seems wrong to have it in American football, a draw. It just seems wrong. I don't like it.
Well, what would you do?
Overtime until someone wins, mate. That's it. Continuous overtime.
But would you do what they do in the university ball where like it's tries from the goal line, because there was one game also I know it was like the Illinois. I think one of their games went to like octuple overtime.
Oof.
You know, that's rough.
No, I wouldn't do that. But like, I don't know. Like, it's just work something out. It's like I don't know because like you look at like other sports like cricket for example has like the super over whatever they call it, you know, 1 over, you set a total, see what people can do, but like I don't know how you would work that into a sport like this. It's very different, but yeah, just something that
I don't
you know
watch
we could do
cricket.
a coin toss, mate. Just a coin toss.
Don't. Ugh, gross. We were having a discussion last week. Basically, is if two teams are tied at the top and the point differential doesn't clear it up, then simply it's decided by a coin toss, which I think is absolute madness. So as we move on to Christmas and all the uni students get to go back to their families, hopefully if Boris doesn't shut us down again, we're going to go through the standings now, because I feel like, and the rankings will change. I'm not going to do basically who I think is good anymore, because you know it changes week to week and it just looks confusing. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I will still be grading good players, but it'll be players, good teams. But it is going to change on this show. So in the Prem North, up to nobody's surprise, Nottingham Gold currently lead the division at 5-0. The differential is plus 205 points. Second is the Leeds Beckett Carnegie at 4-2, with a differential of 35. Durham Saints 2-2, with a differential of 1. Hey man, you're in the positive. You're in the right lane. It's by 1, but it doesn't matter. Stirling Cladsman 1-4, differential minus 87. Leeds Griffins 0-4 with a differential of 154. I will say, if these are wrong, which unfortunately some of them might be, I got them off Bucks. So this is what they've said. Like I'll go through the ones that I've got, but some of them are wrong. Like they've still got Coventry at 1-1 when that's simply not true. You know, Coventry are, I think, basically I know they've played more games than 2 games, and I don't understand why Bucks, if
yeah.
you know,
I mean, you think the people winning the league would be up to date with their fucking standards, don't you?
I'm not saying that Gridiron Hub are more up to date than Bucks, but we are. I want you to be up to date, Bucks. Stop making me disappointed. Yeah, Coventry Jets are 2-3. They're not 1-1, and they're not bottom of the division either.
Yeah, outrageous. Maybe just Bucks have a really strong hatred towards Coventry. This one.
Well, mate, I have a really strong hatred towards Coventry, not the Jets,
but you're
simply the city itself. Unbelievable.
but your honesty in journalism holds you back from giving false news. So I get it.
So, a side point to that, I live in Coventry. Why? Good question. I don't know. In the Prem South, the Bullets, you know, once again, no surprise for anyone. They are 4-0 with a differential of plus 228. Birmingham Lions 3-2, the differential of plus 6. Which you look at that plus 6, I think that's a madness. You see how many points they put on people, but because of their losses to the Bullets, their differential stands at plus 6. That's horrible.
Yeah,
you know, all the work, and you've got that boogeyman team in that div. The Pirates 2-3, differential of minus 42. Cardiff Cobras 2-2 with a differential of minus 7, and the Swansea Titans 5th with a differential of minus 185. Not good. It is a shame. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Marcus. Cabinet's president's input source. They are sanctioned institution administrators and sit on the Bucks website. Bucks have nothing to do with the updates, or otherwise it's on the institute. You know what? That's actually a very good point, Marcus. Thank you for bringing that up. No, he's right. No, he's right. Because
I didn't know that. Actually.
Yeah, because if you remember when me and you played for Lincoln, Huddersfield, I believe. I don't want to. One of the teams we played. I don't know
There we
if it
go.
was
Just
Huddersfield.
for that, so we don't call out a team.
I don't know. I can't remember. If I think it was. They didn't register the score for the game, so instead of
A weird one, right?
yeah, we'd end up winning the game. They didn't register the score, so we played 6 games that season, but our record was 3-2 because Bucks didn't want to update after that. So yes, I won't have a go at Bucks then, but it is just annoying when I'm trying to get the most up-to-date information from the most reliable source, and it's not
Next
there.
week will be an apology for Bucks this time instead of Portsmouth. This time,
hey, if
gotta redact that statement.
If it comes out clean, and it's on there on the Bucks thing, that's great. That's great for me. It's more so, we've got it over at Gridiron Hub, but obviously we're not Bucks. I'd rather get the information straight from the horse's mouth than use.
It's just gonna now with that information in mind that Marcus just let us know. Is that going to play like a big effect on Coventry then? If they've not let them know, obviously the deadline's probably passed by now to let them know. Is this going to affect their playoff chances and shit like that?
Again, I'm not going to, sit here. I don't think that Coventry were going to make the playoffs regardless. To be completely honest, their 2 wins came against Leicester, and again, I'm trying not to just shit on one team here, but Leicester aren't doing very well in Midlands 1. And from what I can establish from Coventry, they've got a very good room there. They've got good coaches. They've got a good culture, I guess. And I think that if they want another crack at Div 1 next year, they think they're likely. They spent quite a lot of time up in the Prem, but Leicester really are the top candidates to go down in the entire league, to be honest. Basically the same with Leeds Griffins as well. Not trying to have a go at anyone. I'm just saying, it might be a good chance to reload for Leicester.
Yeah, sure.
Moving on to the Div 1 North, Manchester Tyrants now lead the league. Sheffield Home sit at 3-2. The Sabres at 3-2 with a differential of +15. The LGMU Fury 1-3-1 with a differential of -56, and the Derby Braves 19. It seems to me that it's proven that Manchester are beatable teams just by the scoreline between Hallam and Manchester, 42-44, going in the Tyrants' favour. They are beatable. The division is still very much up for grabs from Sheffield. And again, I'm not willing to make the same mistake I made with Portsmouth on the LGMU Fury or the Braves. I'm simply not. I'm going to try not to Stephen A. Smith this too much and be like, I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win. Stephen A. Smith doesn't even sound like that. So, but yeah, I'm not trying to skip Bayliss Uniball by saying who's going to win and who's not. But I will do game picks, which is different somehow because I'm not. I was just very blunt about Portsmouth. You ever been to Portsmouth?
I have been to Portsmouth, yeah.
Oh yeah, how is it?
It's fine.
Oh, good. As long as you say it's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you say it's just fine.
It's just fine, yeah.
Just fine. Well, I'll tell you what.
I think I was quite young when I went, so...
Well, I'll tell you what, Dom. I don't think we're allowed there anymore. Unbelievable.
No, mate. We get stabbed up, Nope. It's fine.
Nope. So, in the Div 1 South... the Newcastle Raiders currently lead the division at 3-0. Northumbria Mustangs 3-2. Edinburgh Predators 1-2. Hull Sharks 1-3. York Centurions 1-2. Again, I'm not entirely sure if that's correct. I'm not sure if York's at the bottom of that anymore. Bucks. Yeah. But again, that's what it says. Newcastle Raiders again, they're leading the division. Northumbria Mustangs are definitely coming up. Even this week, they keep cracking. It's a shame because York Centurions' Twitter is so good, so good.
The way they play is not.
No. Now this is one of my favourite divisions. The Div 1 Southeast. Imperial 4-1, Brunel 3-2, +80, QMBL 3-1, +34, Essex Blades 1-2, -17, ARU Rhinos 0-5. minus 105. We have to say, for the people who were injured during the ARU Rhinos game this week, where the game had to be called off at half time, we do wish you all the best. It's never good, especially when a game gets called off at half time. So, well wishes to all of those who were hurt on that game. Yeah, that's the division for that. And that is not going to take. Oh, that's still nice though.
Quite like that.
Now,
yeah,
it's quite nice, isn't it? So this is absolutely no shock to anyone. Again, I keep saying this: Southwest SGS Pride 4-0 with a differential of plus 205. Exeter Demons 3-1 with plus 29. Bristol Barracuda plus 57. They're 3-2. Sorry. Southampton Stags 2-2 minus 29. Bath Killer Bees 1-3 minus 62, and Reading Knights 0-5 minus 200.
That's not bad. Just want to address this, Aaron. We don't hate Portsmouth. We're just making a joke about it at this point.
We've already apologised to Portsmouth.
Yeah, so
multiple times.
We said, I say we. I think Chris says it in.
Shut up! What are you blaming me for?
Oh mate, I passed blame.
You're on this show as well.
Yeah, well, it's either way. Someone was on the show in like a passing statement. I think.
Stop. We've
acknowledged it. Yeah, it's fine. We don't need to acknowledge it again. It's fine, but now we are just going to make a joke about it. It's fine. That's what we do.
We don't need to talk about Portsmouth anymore. We've already apologised to Portsmouth. I already apologised to Portsmouth quite a few times.
It's just a joke, Portsmouth. It's a joke.
Don't say that, because that sounded like you're saying Portsmouth is a joke. And
no, Portsmouth's not a joke. They're going to stab me. They're going to come find me. It's fine.
They will come for you. Portsmouth will come for you. I guarantee you, I'll meet someone in like my senior league games, and they're like, I played for Portsmouth Destroyers, and they're going to. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
It's simply not true. It's just simply not true.
No, I didn't. Stop. I know exactly. I'm just trying not to out you on anything. I'm just saying that basically, I was sort of like, I can't believe they're mugging us off. And then I actually, sat down and looked at the division. I'm like, yeah, no, we owe Portsmouth an apology. It's the same with Edinburgh Napier Knights when they took umbrage that they weren't ranked, and then they go out and put out big plays. I can't do anything and be like, oh, that's just what I thought at the time of writing. That's it.
It's fine.
That is what it is. I can. But yeah, I do. God, they're just never going to let me in Portsmouth. I hope that there's never anything I need to do in Portsmouth now.
Mate, if you have to go down and do some publicity with Portsmouth at some point, mate,
they're not going to let me.
You're done, mate. You're done.
They're not going to let me.
Someone else.
Portsmouth is a lovely place, and they've got a good football team. There you go. But yeah, let me just check. We've not done that. For this looks too unprofessional. So this is where I've sort of had to divert. Instead of using the Bucks rankings, going to use the Gridiron Hub rankings instead. So these aren't officially Bucks. In the Southern one, the Hertfordshire Hurricanes are 4-1 with a differential of 8. With a differential of 0, which I think is quite impressive. Royal Holloway Bears 2-1-1 with a differential of 16. Surrey Stingers 1-1-1 with a differential of 5. The Portsmouth Destroyers 1-3 with a differential of minus 23.
So I'm really distracted with these comments. Okay. If you make it the playoffs,
we
will generally come down and we will watch your game.
That is a great comeback.
So
that is a fantastic comeback.
Make playoffs and we will come and watch your game. That's a guarantee. We will do that for you.
Make playoffs. Make me look like a massive mug.
Please do. I always like seeing Chris fail, and this is one of those times.
Genuinely, make me look like a mug. Yeah. Well, whatever.
Chris, you're from the south.
I'm from the south. I'm from
so
London.
This makes no sense.
I was about to say, if anything, I hate the north. No, that's not true. Oh, dearie me. Oh.
What is going on at this point?
Oh, okay. Let's look at Southampton Stags. Where are you? Oh,
I mean, they got beaten by
Oh,
Bristol
they're-
Barracudas today.
they did get smashed by Bristol. Oh, yeah. To be fair, they're in the same div as SGS Pride. There's not really much else to say than that. But again, and that's not really their fault, to be honest.
Yes, schedule them. Fine.
Yeah, and the Sussex Saxons in the south are 1-3 with a differential of 2. You know, in we've already done borders. Let me go back and check the ones that I haven't. God, that's such a. I still can't go over that comeback. You can get front row seats for our playoff games. That is a good one. Fair.
Who knows?
Fair.
We might even do live coverage for your playoff game if you make it. Who knows?
Promising a lot here, though. You're promising a lot. You know.
Leave the Stags out. How many people can we make hate us by the end of this stream? I want to know.
Oh, we can make everyone hate us.
Yeah.
And the worst part is because we're both looking Colonials. Honestly, it will come down to it where someone will just go take it up with the Colonials.
Yeah.
If you want a game, take it up with them. Don't say that. No one heard me say that. I'm gonna get a message from the president later telling me to shut up. In the Midlands one, the Nottingham Trent Renegades currently set a 4-1 with a differential of 99. Loughborough 3, and they are undefeated, which makes me think that they should probably be at the top of this. But again, I don't know because Bucks isn't great. So I'm going to say Loughborough's 1, Nottingham Trent is 2. That is, yeah. Why don't you shut up, mate? Yeah, that's a good point. That is. I really apologise. Stop making it worse.
Yeah, this is what's going on.
Warwick 2-2 with a differential of 33. The Cov Jets 2-3 with a differential of -15. Leicester Longhorns 0-5 with a differential of -153. In the southeast, the Imperial Immortals sit at the top of the leaderboard 4-1 with a differential of 8. The Brunel Burners 3-2 with a differential of 80. The QMBL Vipers 3-1 with a differential of 34. Essex Blades 1-2 with a differential of -17. The RU Rhinos 0-5 with a differential of -105. I've already done that one. Now we're moving on to the Div 2 standings. The undefeated Liverpool Raptors obviously sit at the top of the leaderboard, plus 87. The MMU Eagles 2-0 sit at 4. Their differential. The UClan Rams suffering their first loss of the season to Liverpool. They're 2-1. Their differential sits at 67. The Lancaster Bombers are 2-2, and their differential sits at 106. Yes, Oz, I know it's you. Yes, I've met you before. I know that's you in the picture. That's why I'm not giving you much credence, friend. But that's because Lancaster put up an absolutely cracking score. I think it was 70 odd, and that's why their differential so big. The Bradford Bears are 2-1. The differential sits at 4. Aberystwyth 1-3, -92. Edgehill Vikings 0-2, -13. Bangor Mud Dogs 0-4, a difference of -163. Edgehill Vikings, Tim. If you know Tim, he looks 30. Tell him to play better. Unbelievable stuff. In the Bucks South, the Brighton Panthers are currently 3-0. They sit at the differential of 20. Oh god, this thing's so difficult to read. The OBU Panthers 3-1 with a differential of 53. The Oxford Lancers are 2-0. Why aren't they top? Oh no, they shouldn't be top. Don't worry, it's me talking to myself. With a differential of 49, the UCL Emperors sit 2-1-1 with a differential of 14. The Kingston Cougars 1-2 with a differential of -4. The Winchester Silverbacks, they could manage it. They could manage to get everything organised, bish bash bosh, but they can't lose and they can't win, so they have to draw. -14. The Chichester Spitfires 0-5 with a differential of -80. Borders, the Glasgow Uni Tigers are undefeated. Their differential sits at 75. They're 4-0. Napier Knights are undefeated as well. Their differential sits at 130, but they've only played 3 games. Sunderland Spartans 2-1, the differential of 22. Teesside Cougars 2-1, their differential of -30. Herod Wolverines 1-2 with a differential of 40. The returning Aberdeen Bulls, who have yet to win a game, 0-3 differential -84. York St John Jaguars 0-3 as well with a differential of -45. And the UWS Pyros 0-2 differential 28 in God's division. Mwah, the best division. See, Nottingham Green apparently top of the leaderboard.
That makes zero sense to me.
No, I mean,
right.
it does make sense. No, Staffordshire are top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, we say can't we? You can't.
Oh my God, get the fucking ranking sorted, the standing sorted. Christ. Staffordshire, I'm saying Staffordshire number 1. Staffordshire 3-1, differential of +16. Nottingham Green second, 3-1, the differential of 7. Then the DMU Lions played 2 games, won 2 games, differential of +44. The University of Lincoln Colonials 2-1 with a differential of 13. Kiel Crusaders 1-2 with a differential of -24. Huddersfield Hawks 0-2 with a differential of -48. Chester Legion have withdrawn, so their one doesn't matter. KCL Regents 3-1, 44. There's not much to really say. Kent 3-0, Pythons 2-1, City Wolfpack 1-2, Canterbury Phoenix 1-2, Greenwich Mariners 0-2, UEL Phoenix 0-2, Bournemouth Uni Bobcats sit another undefeated team 4-0. Plymouth Blitz 2-1. The UE Bullets Pellets. The 2s. 2-1. Solent Redhawks 1-2. Bath Spa 1-2. Gloucestershire Gladiators 0-4, and the Worcester Royals withdrew before the season started.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
People forget about the Worcester Royals. Yeah, not a surprise.
Mate, yeah.
Oh no, the Worcester Royals. They're coming at me.
They're gonna, mate. You're done, mate.
I'm scared. Worcester Royals. No, I'm joking. Actually, no, I'm not joking. Worcester Royals. Actually, they probably have a good reason to withdraw.
Yeah, it's gonna come back to you really hard with that comment, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It's because I spoke to someone who plays for Gloucestershire Gladiators the other day, and they were telling me things about Worcester, and I don't know whether to believe them or not. So,
but also probably best not to say any of it on this show.
No, exactly, which is why I'm not going to.
Yeah, good idea.
So we're going to move into running this show down. Game of the week, Dom. Who was your good week, bad week? Who have you got? Who's your good week?
My good week.
Who's your good? You can have as many as you want.
You know what? I'm going to go with. Oh, do you know what I do? It's a bit of a hard one. I'm going to go easy. I go, favoritism. Lincoln Colonials, good week, great week. Because like we said it earlier, they're basically 3-1 now, knocking on the doors of playoffs. All they need to do, play well against DMU if they can. And it's a lot to ask, but they can do it.
They can do it. They got time off. So I'll go to one of my ones. It's easy. It's Edinburgh Napier Knights. Big performance. They're currently in a division with a 4-0 team. They're 3-0. There's not much to really be said until they actually meet on the 12th of February. If both of them can keep wins going, one might lose before that. I hope not, because that'd make that game a bit less interesting. But
keep beating each other, keep beating people until it comes to each other. Okay?
Yeah. Give me storylines. Give me narratives. Give me narratives, or I'm not interested. You know what? Actually, how about this? Good week rankings. Portsmouth Destroyers.
Portsmouth Destroyers.
Great win. Great win. Keeping a game that low, winning by a point. Like as I said, the beers taste as good if you win 40.
And the game proves that kickers are people too.
Kickers are people too. And for me as well, Liverpool Raptors. Your good week. Put one on the UCL Rams. They fall quite a lot. I wasn't expecting that. Liverpool Raptors, good. Love it. Keep it up, and the division is yours. Bad week time. I'm going to go with the opposite side of the spectrum. UClan Rams. It just proves that, you can't always just look at the scores. You can't always look at the scores for teams to prove that they're good or bad. But UClan can still come back and have some dignity. They could even still win the division, to be completely honest. So, just keep that. I'm just surprised, UClan. That's why.
Fair.
What about you? Give me your
I think I'm going to go with the Cardiff Cobras. Got beat by the Pirates 30-6. It's a bit of a sting. And also they didn't have a bad record going into this, so it's really I don't know a lot about either teams, but if we go based on records, which I am, they had a chance. They had a chance to go. What?
Well, I'll give you a bit more context. Is that the Pirates were sort of very much at the lower end of the division earlier on, and they're sort of coming back around with. I know they had a win over Swansea, and now having a win over Cardiff as well. It's realistically things are looking up for the University of East Anglia. So there's not much to really say about that.
Okay, yeah.
I think
Pirates on the rise and Cobras sort of had a bad week. So
that's it. Not much to really talk about there, but we should have done this at the start actually. Thoughts and prayers to the family of Demarius Thomas. Not good. Obviously, Dom's a Broncos fan.
Yeah,
so
big fan of DT over the time. It's sad to see that loss, really, isn't it? I mean, at such a young age, but I don't know really what to say here.
Well, no, I just want to say, give me a memory of watching him play. To
be fair, it's the first thing that I thought about when I found out the news. It's just I always remember watching the game where his mom came to the first. She got released and came to his first. The first game she could go watch, but it's just horrible, isn't it? Sad to see him go. But he'll always be one of my favourite Bronco players of all time, without a doubt.
But we just thought we'd get that in, just as Dom loves the Broncos.
For all the pain and grief they've caused me over the past 4 years, but that's fine.
I don't know that life. I don't know that life.
Yeah, not as a Dolphins fan. That's a lovely Dolphin.
5 wins. 5 wins. You got no wins apart from against Detroit, but that doesn't count. But yeah, we are probably gonna, we're gonna depart soon. I think we've finished it. We will see you again on the 24th of January. We're gonna have a break. I'm gonna get fatter than I am now, which is possible, probably. Gonna have a Christmas. Hopefully watch some football. Hopefully, actually no, I'm at work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and Boxing Day, so I'm not going to be having any Christmas dinner. But all of you out there, have a good Christmas. Watch as much football as you can. Watch, and if you're a Uniball player, enjoy yourself, but keep in mind that you have got very important games coming up. So just keep that in mind when you're on your third helping of Christmas dinner and your mum's cooked the roast potatoes in duck fat. Maybe don't have the 7th and 8th roast potatoes. Maybe sort yourself out. Unless you're on the line, then you know what? Do what you want. You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous players. You're gorgeous men. Don't worry about a thing. Eat as much as you want. If you're a running back, maybe keep it on the low. Yeah. So 24th of January, the rundown will be back. We wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and an even happier New Year. Hopefully there won't be lockdowns. Hopefully there'll be games. I'm hopeful. But from the people here at Gridiron Hub, from me, from Dom, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And God bless University American football. We'll see you in the new year. Goodbye.
Arrivederci. Bye.